fucking vlogs. I know life lessons usually starts with the BAM, but what can you do? I'm excited to be back on schedule with all this shit. Also, you catch that little video at the beginning there? Little Hooligan squad thing? Come on now. That's what you call branding, good folks. Branding. Okay, so, quick recap of everything in case, you don't know what's been going on. Last week, a lot of shit, creatively, came to a standstill. Took its toll on me. So I was taking a break last week. We got a couple live streams and everything in. And then over the weekend, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know what's up. Someone very close and, very near and dear to my heart was going through some health issues. So my focus needed to be on them. Honestly, I couldn't even do a video if I really wanted to because it just wouldn't have come out properly. So, yeah. That's all done now, and we're back on schedule. So, fuck it. Let's do this. Also, we're going to talk about some MMA stuff real quick. So, skip to that time if you want. But also, if you want to hear about, some other kind of cool stuff to do with MMA, stick around for a little bit. So, UFC 224, Raquel Pennington versus Amanda Nunes. Why is this fight so important right now, folks? Very easily. Everybody wants to find female, role models and, strong role models for young ladies or even just women in general. Well, this is your opportunity. Amanda Nunes and Raquel Pennington, both elite mixed martial artists, as well as openly gay. They've never hid who they are. They're in happy relationships, which they've always shown. There is, the only way you don't support these two ladies is if for some reason you have this weird thing with mixed martial arts or just because it's two ladies fighting. But other than that, this basically checks the boxes for role models for young ladies and everything. We have strong female athletes here. They're not super jacked or anything, so regular girls don't feel like they can't achieve that. And they're both openly gay, just accepting who they are and showing that to the world. If you don't fuck with that, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Also, if you're the type that says support women and everything, but for some reason you don't support female mixed martial artists, that's so fucked on so many levels to me. It really is. Cause you can't compare a girl who just basically writes on social media and stuff and then someone who sacrifices literally their body and mind and everything for their one goal. It's not equal in my mind. Other than that, UFC 224, fucking great card. And like I said, there's a reason for people to get on board and really promote this one. Last weekend we had Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Al Iaquinta. The thing I take from this fight, if Khabib fights Tony wins. And I don't know how you can really describe it differently. Tony fucked up Kevin Lee from his back. Getting taken down by Kevin Lee. And he fucked him up with his elbows and everything from his back. Tony Ferguson has dangerous jiu-jitsu. And even standing. Khabib leaves his chin straight up in the air and wide open. He doesn't move off the sides or anything. He's just straight forward. You can't do that with a guy like Tony Ferguson. It's just that's not going to play out right for you. He's basically going to do his little combination where he does the jab and spinning elbow and cut your face up. So, yeah, when Khabib and Tony fight, my money's on Tony. And for the folks that are oh, what about Conor? Well, Conor's facing about 22 different charges and could be facing 11 years in prison. He's not fighting anybody, and I'm not talking about him. Much like how none of you wanted to talk about John Jones in these discussions because he tried coke. Well, I'm not talking about Conor with all this shit. He's facing 11 years in prison. He ain't fighting anytime soon. Bam! Let's roll the intro. Also, just a quick heads up. I'm not too sure how long today's vlog is going to be just because it's the first vlog back from the week off kind of thing. And I don't want to put something out too long. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But either way, we got a vlog, so there's that, Hey folks, If you don't like me talking about mixed martial arts and stuff, but you want me to talk about Ronda Rousey in the WWE now, you got to find somebody else to do that for you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. All right, hooligans. So, Han Solo. Well, Solo Star Wars story. The official trailer came out last night. Checked it out and everything. Very excited for this movie. I wish I could remember the people's name, but I'm pretty sure that like Han is having a duel with them, like in the desert or something. It's those kind of the people that you see with like the fur and those masks and everything. They look really really cool. What else? Oh, you see the snow troopers on the train, like that shootouts, like everything about this trailer. At least for me, like I was like, okay, this isn't your normal Star Wars movie. Like you're gonna see Chewie fucking slam somebody on their head. You know what I mean? There's gonna actually be like the like action scenes and stuff. You know what I mean? It's gonna be different. I honestly, man, like there's a lot of things going on in this trailer. First, like we see Han and Lando's like first like interaction with them, like with each other. Also, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see like when Han meets Chewie in this movie, because the one scene when he's saying like you know how to fly, and like you basically hear that at this point Chewie is 190 years old. So I don't know. I feel like that might. It's one of those things. Like I feel like that's when Han and Chewie are like still finding out about each other. They're still figuring each other out and everything. So you never know. We might actually see when Han and Chewie actually like meet each other and kind of like, you know, create this friendship that they have. And I don't know. I'm pretty like I have a feeling it's more tied into when Han and Lando like first meet. He's probably going into that bar. But when he first is walking up and you see that big skull and everything, I couldn't help but think Mythosaur. That's the Mythosaur, the Mando symbol and everything. And I don't know, it would be super super fucking cool if we just get like a mention of like the Mandalorians, or even just give me a young Boba, please, please. Yeah, honestly, like I'm excited for the Han Solo movie. It's one of those things where you're like, you know, at first I wasn't really sure if I wanted to see it. After seeing this official trailer, I'm super down for it. It definitely feels like a much different Star Wars adventure than we've kind of taken thus far. And I honestly, I think it's gonna actually be like really entertaining. I don't usually say this about movies, but I think it's actually just gonna be like another like a fun adventure to take. You know what I mean? Like kind of seeing this origin story behind Han Solo is actually like I don't know. I'm really down for it, especially the way it seems to be. The way they're approaching it, you know what I mean? At least from the trailer. So yeah, I'm super down for this movie. Definitely gonna go watch it. There was something I was supposed to do today. Filming the vlog already. Can't remember what it is.
Previously on AMC's The Walking Dead.
I can't leave until they try to fight. You are gonna.
Let's get into it.
All right, just finished watching Walking Dead. Worth. My goodness. So the first thing I want to talk about, we're actually going to work kind of like from the back forward. Rick and Negan are basically like the same person now. We see with Michonne, she kind of found Carl's letter to Negan, and whereas Rick approached it as like kind of like using things against Negan during that, Michonne was trying to like respect Carl's wishes and get Negan to listen. But basically, like Negan had the same reaction to when like everybody, like people were trying to tell Rick, like, you know, it's time for peace, it's time for like not killing people. He said like, no, like that time's done, like this is something new now. we had like the time for peace and communication, that's all done. And even when Rick was reading like Carl's letter in the beginning, it's actually a cool parallel. I'm just realizing. Rick reads his letter in the beginning, and Negan, like they end the episode with Negan hearing his letter because Michonne's reading it over like a walkie-talkie to him. When it gets to the part about for Rick talking about like peace and everything like that, you see him have that look where it's kind of like you read something and you're like, no, like I can't, like I that's not how it is, or like you don't agree with it. You know what I mean? Like you saw him have that reaction to those words. So yeah, it's just very interesting that like Rick and Negan are just basically the same person now. And next week is the finale, so who knows how this war ends. We got to talk about Simon. Like Stephen Oge, again, this episode really shows just kind of like how good of an actor he is. I loved the conversation with like Gregory and everything. But Negan found out about his plan, and you know what I mean? But it was cool because he said like if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And like they had their fight, which was so like I loved that fight. And even when like you see that's like when Negan snaps, and we've never seen him get like that mad before. And just again like that's a flash show. Like I enjoyed it. I thought it was really really well done, to be honest, because it lets you know like this character is different. Negan has snapped basically. One interesting thing that we learned, Negan and Simon actually took the sanctuary like together. Like Simon was with him back then. And we hear like Negan mention like, you know, the man who killed all those men and boys in the settlement back then. So like, I don't know. I kind of wish we could get a little flashback to see, because like, one, I would love to see Stephen Oge just fucking basic full psycho, just killing people. But like, I also kind of want to see how they took this sanctuary as well. Like what was there and everything? Were there people there? Like, is that the settlement that he's talking about? Or is it are they talking about a different community entirely? So I don't know. It's kind of cool that we got to like, just a little snippet of their like past together. You know what I mean? So before I go any further, I'm not going to spoil like and get into like everything in the episode, just because there was a lot that happened, and I'm sure I missed some things. I'm just going over certain like things that I like got from the episode. You know what I mean? So yeah, we continue. Eugene in this episode, like he really showed like how different he is. But it was kind of cool how he like still keeps his like way of talking and his lingo and everything. That's just one thing I've always enjoyed about the Eugene character. And Josh McDermott, he's just a good actor as well. He's actually a really good comedic actor too, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, like Daryl and Rosita, like things have definitely changed for Eugene. You know what I mean? Yeah, they kind of blame him for all of these deaths and everything, and like a lot of the events that have happened, you know, because he's been supplying them with ammunition and everything and kind of playing for their side. But the thing is, like, we still see that fear in him. You know what I mean? I think more now he's probably going to be driven by anger, but I still think that fear is going to be very like prevalent, because I don't know, that's just, I don't know. I don't think that's one thing that Eugene's going to be able to shake. You know what I mean? We see in a preview for like next week's finale, he's pointing a gun at Gabriel, but I don't think he's going to do it. Or who knows? It'll be some crazy thing where they both die. But either way, like I don't know. I think he's going to be driven by anger, but that fear is like that's embedded in him in a way. You know what I mean? But either way, it's definitely one of those things. Like even if he made it back to the sanctuary, like from Daryl and Rosita, but like I don't know. It's one of those things that like no matter what, like listen, yeah, he's a resource right now to Negan, but if Negan doesn't consider him a resource anymore because somebody else like figures it out, like the whole procedure or whatever, it's very easy to see him discarded from there. And there's no way like Daryl, Rosita, any of them are going to like really accept him back. The only reason they were going to bring him back is basically keep him in a dark hole and like keep him making bullets and everything. So yeah, I don't know where Eugene goes, but I honestly I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see him for too much longer, to be honest. I feel like he's playing a very like dangerous game right now that just like Eugene as a person isn't kind of like programmed for, we could say. Okay, well, we got to talk about Dwight because just when you think like Negan's only on to Simon, you find out that nope, he's on to Dwight as well. Ah, man. I don't know what's going to happen with Dwight. We see, again, another, like the preview for the finale. We see him in that same sweater. Again, an interesting parallel with him and Daryl. We see him in that like sweater with the A spray painted on it that we saw Daryl in as well. So yeah, I don't know. Negan said he has plans for him, so we'll see what happens with those. I'm sure it doesn't involve a dinner and a movie, though. Just a super quick note, you can't help but feel bad for Gabriel now. Like, you just, it sucks, you know? For Aaron, I feel like he either had, like, with Grace and everything, like the baby, I feel like he either has a new reason to live and fight, or he's trying to, like, leave an impression and get as many people unified as he can before he either dies or like goes off. You know what I mean? We'll have to see. What I do think is going to happen is it seems like that like Seaside, that's what they're called. I can't remember. Bayside? No, I don't know. Bayside, Saved by the Bell. I'm pretty sure it's the Seaside or whatever. The whole like the lady community. What I do think is going to happen, I think they're going to basically like show up like almost as the cavalry. You know what I mean? During the war with Rick and Negan, they're going to be the ones to kind of show up and tip it more into Rick's favor. We'll have to see, though. All right, so one thing I definitely took away from this episode, you kind of realize, like Carl wasn't really a big part of it. Like, of this whole, not like the whole show, but I mean, like, this recent, like, story with, like, just Rick and Negan and like like everybody kind of going through their own thing, you kind of realize that Carl wasn't a big part of it at all. Like these letters, they could have done it where either Carl died or they could have actually left it open where Carl, like, I don't know, Carl goes off and like takes a fucking trip or something to find other communities. I don't know. Like, but yeah, it's just for me, like, yeah, we had the letters and everything like recently or whatever, but like, this episode made it more prevalent because you realize like everything going on with like Daryl and Rosita and Eugene, and then everything even just going on in the sanctuary with like Negan and all, like it's just, yeah, I don't know. Carl wasn't for, at least for me, this is just my opinion. Carl really doesn't seem like a big like player in all of this. You know what I mean? He just, I don't know. Overall, he doesn't seem like, it seems like his words after the fact are really more important than him as a character. And I don't mean that in like a shitty way or to dismiss anything that Chandler Riggs has done as Carl, because I thought he was really cool. I would have liked to see him go on and like do more with like the comic stories as well. But yeah, it's just this episode, it kind of, you sit back and you're like, yeah, like this could have gone on without Carl. You know what I mean? But like I said, they could have at least left it open where he like went off to like a reconnaissance mission to try and find other communities or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. I think that's it for The Walking Dead recap and thoughts and all that. So, I posted on my Instagram yesterday, but figured talk about it a little bit on the channel as well. I started watching this new show called Damnation. It's on Netflix and everything, and I've only gotten into the first episode. Like, I watched it and everything yesterday. Man, I'm super on board for this. The first episode, like, kind of sets up the series in a way that just, like, it definitely has my attention. Especially the way the first episode ends. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, because, yeah, just... oh, man. It's bueno. Oh, I can't remember his name right now, but the cowboy in it, the kind of like fucking outlaw kind of dude. He just kind of runs his own rules. Very mysterious in a way. Yeah, just he's super cool. I like the preacher. One character from what is it? Hell on Wheels. He plays the sheriff. Oh man, like I'm down. I'm down. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you folks are into like I guess like it's kind of like an action show in a way. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. If you liked Hell on Wheels, you might like this one. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm down though. I'm like it's a good show, honestly, and the acting is really good in it too. And it has a lot of intrigue to it. There's a lot of like mystery still. So like I don't know. Maybe I just want to see how it all unfolds. I need the answers, you know what I mean? Either way, go check it out for yourselves. Damnation on Netflix. Alright, good hooligans. That's probably going to conclude today's vlog for now. My little man's running through the field right now, so I'm going to get lunch ready for him. And then that gives me time to at least get everything edited, and there's not a big rush and everything right now. So yeah, I hope you folks enjoyed the vlog. If you're a fan of MMA, Walking Dead, anything, I hope there was something you guys enjoyed in here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below. As long as it's positive, I read them all. And give you a little thumbs up, or I'll click the little heart there, show your comment some love. Oh, also, if you want to support the channel, links in the description. tpublic.com/user/JuvyThaKid. Get your Hooligan Squad merch, and the Patreon is down there as well. Okay, let's roll that outro.